Salve, salve, senhores do Street Fighter. Vamos a mais uma nova brincadeira, né, senhores? Aqui, voltar a jogar Street, né? Humilde, bonitão. A nossa Lili logo. Oi? E? Cuca? Noah também, o Noah.
Street Fighter 6.
Off? Só amanhã, filho.
Fighting round.
Amigo Diego aí, obrigado pela sua presença, meu amigo. Ih, eu, hein?
Versus online. Ranked match. Lily.
Look.
Ranked match.
Stage match, é? Tem uma nova turnê dos jogos, meu parceiro.
Practice training.
Tá brincando com todos os jogos. Live dos contras.
Yin Hong's win.
Essa moleque.
Lily.
Time for fabulous here. Another mission awaits.
Here comes a new
Começou a guerra já, filho.
They're all fired up. We're almost underway.
round one. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Finds the time to squeeze in above. Blocks the jump in. Goes for the command grab. Player one has the life lead. There's a corner switch. Player two,
Porra, meu irmão.
the opponent into the corner. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weaker. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. When they break forward to pressure the opponent, life lead opens up. Changes the pace with an air-to-air. Checks him with a project in there! Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Big counter. Jumps in. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Gets a risky buff in. Buffs up. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Both fighters planning something? Both fighters have a hit them with a stop and bomb. Uses the gauge for a super art. Uses the
Vou matar a Ledge, hein?
super. They're not playing around here. They're in range. Will this super art do anything? Okay, here we go. Clutch anti-air. Oh my God, what's gonna happen? Closes it out.
Sente aí.
Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us.
Round one.
They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Blocks it. Hits him with a stop and bomb. Projectile to try and change the situation. parries the projectile.
Nem fiz isso, meu irmão.
You'll be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move, or you're going to eat tons of damage. Throws them to negate the block. Recovers from burnout. Feeling out the spacing. Shoots off a fireball up close. The jump in gets him.
Meu irmão, na moral.
Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Did well to get the buff in here. Decides to buff up while they can. Still very early in the round. So they break forward to pressure the brushes that off and keeps going. Player 2 can't use any drive moves without burning out. The Condor Wind added a bit of juice to that attack. Their will to win is really being tested here. Big okay. Oh. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point.
Eita porra!
Nowhere. Player 2. Oh my God, they just choked it up. Shakes things up with a fireball. Ooh, what a smart throw. And whiff.
Ei, morri.
Wide open. All the throw connects. Player 1 thinking cap overdrive Shoryuken. Are we gonna see a perfect?
É, esses golpes são ridículos, irmão.
Ooh, I dare you to find me
E aí, nega Juju?
Get up and tell him what's good. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow up here? Fireball from very long. What's next here? Both fighters are looking for a way to get in, but there's still time to feel out the situation. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Goes with the projectile to pressure the opponent. Goes for the low kick. Well, they managed to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. Deftly shuts out the jumping. Will they build meter or just go all in on each other? They're being absolutely relentless with this fireball pressure in the corner. Lands the forward throw. The corner pressure continues. With the life gap opening up, they need to lean hard on their drive usage. Okay, creating some space here. Throws out a projectile.
Caralho, tô apertando o botão errado.
They were stuck in the corner. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? They piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Hits them with a stopping block. Opts to continue
Olha só.
the drive. Player 2 in dire straits with burnout. The quarter makes it. They can't squander this punish counter chance. Shows the medium kick. Stream 2 Hadouken. There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished.
Ó, mano, Jefferson aí para Jefferson.
Nice and
Fizer amanhã, filho.
much. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Medium kick hits. Throws a projectile to zone the opponent. Player 1 closed out the last round with a super. They spent that cash, but will it come back to bite them? We have a super art on deck. Good heads up,
Porra.
opting for the drive impact. Make smart use of the gauge. Good, crowns them from above. Change of fire. Amazing. Reversal. Play drops them hard. Were they looking to connect with an overdrive art from this situation? Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? They push their way out of the court. Big time whip. Player 1 has a full drive gauge, but is on the brink of death. The low. I can't believe it.
Ah, mano.
Get that bank account ready because that fight was easy money.
Here comes a new challenger. You must crush them.
Two of the biggest lab monsters are about to
Dona
get
Mai aí,
it
Dona
going.
Mai.
Show me what you have.
one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Checking their opponent. Difficult situation for a throw. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. The move whips and they get nailed with a punish. Player 2 can't let their drive move down to the wire. Player 2 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Knockdown. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have with a super arm connect.
Porra, não chegou lá nela.
Air with the greatest of ease and hits him with the choke his son Shinobi Bachi.
Jumps in. This is a critical point of the round where they just need to go for it. Player 2
Porra, eu tô apertando aqui.
the win. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Goes for the jump in. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Denied! Player 2 was kept on their toes all round and didn't utilize their drive gauge efficiently. You may see them pay a bit more attention to that as we head into the next round. Risky up-close scrap still going. Jumps, hits up the counter. This is going to be huge. Bumps up. Watch out! Typhoon Cocaine. Oh! Here's the final
Watch
round.
out.
The real fight starts now. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Gets a risky buff in.
All in with the rush.
Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away.
Links in.
Hooks them.
This is going to deal some big damage.
Both are ready to pull the trigger on their super art.
Pulei sem querer.
Drive brings them back. What now? Player 1 burns out.
Ah, droga.
Back into the corner. What setup do they have? Player 1 is looking at a grim situation where this is gonna hurt. Throws them. Plenty of health. Full gauges. Let's go. Player 1 crowns them from above. Fire coming through. It is over.
Pulei sem querer, irmão.
Player 2
Dale.
Definitely sweaty during that well-earned win.
Round one.
It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that comeback. Gets carried to the corner. Gets the combo. Throws him. What's next?
Stay down.
Solid throw tech. Just out of range for that throw. Reads them. Life lead opens up. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Bumps up. Going on the offensive? Lighting up the
Merda.
in there. Player 1 with a good.
Olha o Patrick, vai Patrick.
Can they keep it up? Goes for the jump in to start. Are we going to see some fireworks here? Decides to charges forward. Super clutch corner switch. Taps him with Musasabi. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Scrapping it out up
Olha o
close.
dano, olha o dano.
Knockdown and springs forward with the drive rush. Can this drive bring them back? The drive impact doesn't work. So, what's next? The Big Bang Kachosin comes out. In there. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Final round. Who will the fighting game gods favor here? Goes for the throw. Oh, the throw connects. He links it. Getting up close and first hits him with a stop.
Merda, meu irmão.
There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Amazing. Ooh, you never know what to pour.
Tomei.
The fire. Cook them up.
Defendo.
All on the super. Not shy one bit about it. Player 2 hits the drive.
Boa, moleque.
Hot in it.
Foi demais agora.
Player 1 was an absolute beast in that match. It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that run back. Shows the medium kick. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Side switch. Now they're on the defensive. Sticks the combo. Uses the drive rush here to steal their turn. Taking stock. Did well to get the buff in there. Decides to buff up while they can. Burnout trigger! Player 1 has completed their baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. KO! Player 2 wins the first round and is now riding a huge wave of momentum. The overhead connects. Parries the hits them with a stop and pop. Were they baiting them into that? Things are slow going. Adds a little super juice into this combo for more damage. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. What'll happen here? Looks like they both relied. Burnout triggered. Burnout.
Expect the tempo of the match to change.
They're both driveless. This is gonna get messy. Jump picks the air throw. Both fighters planning something? Gotta be careful not to whiff at
So fast on the air throw.
We have super arts on. This is
Caramba, que vacilo, cara.
This is the
Eu
final.
esqueço que o botão aqui é ao contrário de agarrar.
Picks up the counter. This is going to be huge. Player 1 is in a very good spot now. All the throw connects. Hits him with a stop and pop. With super arts into play, it's really anything goes at this point. Player knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Buffs while they're blinking. Goes up a buff. Here comes the corner pressure. Player 2 finds the target. Condor Wind is helping them start a storm. There's a burnout. It is over. Player 2 gets the win in a convincing.
Filho.
Here comes a new challenger.
Fudeu.
We're in for something special right here, right now.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Puts one in the pocket. Well-timed command throw there. What are they thinking here? Opts for the air-to-air encounter. Goes for the drive rush there. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Gets them. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Early round decisions are so springs forward with the drive rush. What'll happen here? Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Watch out! Typhoon coming through! Knockdown. A parry? They both have full drive gauges to work with. Medium kick hits. Sandblast. Looking for a chance. Both fighters are trying to decide their next move. Buffs up. Nice parry. They've got a full stack of wins to play with. Fire! No! Just a break in there.
Escolhe não, filho. Escolhe não, que aqui tem.
Oh.
Tem machado.